Hey guys, it's Brianna here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how to get these voluminous wand looking curls with little to no heat. I say little to no heat because you can honestly choose to use a hooded dryer or just let your hair air dry. It's totally up to you depending on how much time you have on your hands, but this is natural girl friendly. So hit the subscribe button right now and stay tuned. So whenever I do this style, the first thing I do is always stretch my hair. I never start this style on wet hair. I think it works better if your hair is already stretched. You can blow dry your hair if that's what you prefer to do. You can do some type of braid out. I prefer to use Curlformers, and the reason why I love Curlformers is because I can minimize the amount of heat that I'm putting in my hair. You can put these in your hair and let it dry overnight. I personally don't prefer to do it that way. I will sit under the dryer. I drop it on a heat protectant and use low heat. I do that to minimize the heat damage that I already have in the front. As you can see towards the back of my hair, it's a lot healthier. So I typically like to do it that way just so that I know I'm not damaging my hair. The first thing that I'm going to be using is a heat protector. This is the Tresseme Professionals Thermal Creations heat hanger. So one thing that I think is important to note is that I always make sure the curls are uniform when I do Curlformers to stretch my hair out for a different style. And the reasoning is you'll see a little later in the video when I comb them out, it's so much easier when all the curls are going the same way to wrap them around the Flexirods. So I'm going to use pink on the left side of my hair and orange on the right side of my hair. So we'll just start with this section here. I've already applied a little bit of the Mielle, but I'm gonna go in with a little more just to make sure it's really in there. Combed it out already, so I'm gonna take my thinning brush and just make sure it is fully detangled. It is so important, like when you're doing this style, that you make sure your hair is fully detangled before you stretch it out, or else your wand curls are not going to come out the right way. Make sure your hair is fully detangled, fully. I can't stress it enough. I always twist the root like so, and then I just hook it. I always hold this taut like this so that it doesn't get caught, and then I pull it through. So very simple. I'm growing a lot. Maybe I should do a length check video for you guys later. So to take these out, it's pretty simple. I like to unravel, pinch the top, and then just slide my hair out. These are now all out. If you like this type of curl, you can certainly leave your hair like this, separate them, make them fluffy or whatever. I personally think I look like a 12-year-old. So I just got back from running errands at the grocery store. So the curls fell a little bit, but that's okay because that wasn't our final style anyway. So the first thing I do is I always want to figure out where my part is going to be. I am a right side part kind of girl. So I'm just going to separate my hair over here. I personally don't worry about it being too straight, simply because this is a fluffier style anyway, so in my opinion it doesn't really matter. But I think this is a good place. So what I like to do is just start from the front of my head, front/top, putting the Flexirods in. I like it the tightest around this area, so I'm gonna take a smaller amount of hair as I normally would. So what I do is I always finger detangle the curls, then I go in with a brush, and the reason why I say to make sure your Curlformers go the same way if you use those is because, as you see, these curls are curling different ways, which means I'm gonna have to just work a little harder when I wrap it around to make sure they're uniform. I won't have that problem with most of the rest of my head, but I will down this top middle part. Okay, so I do that. I always wrap it here, right? And then I twist, wrap, twist, wrap, just like you would with a curling wand. Twist and wrap until you get to the very end. Once I get to the end, I stop twisting. I see where the hair is going to end, and then I fold it over like so, fold that shut, and then I'm done with that one. So I'm just going to repeat this process throughout the rest of my hair. I'll probably show you just how this goes again at least one more time, and that's pretty much it. So I'm just gonna grab the next section. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the reason why I don't like to part my hair when I actually grab chunks is because if you notice, like, you'll have to do a lot of separating to close like that parted area. If you kind of just grab a chunk that doesn't have a clean part, it's much easier to like fill in the gaps. Hey guys, so I'm super sorry. My original intention was to show you guys and speed up the entire process of me putting these in my hair. It took a little under 10 minutes to put these in my hair. It gets easier every night that you do this, but my phone died in the middle of recording, so sorry about that. But I did the exact same process with the rest of my head. I just gave 2 more tips. Number 1, if your hair pokes out, like the ends, if the end of your hair pokes out of the Flexirod after you're done wrapping it, wrap it again. Trust me, you need tension for this style to actually work. Second thing is that I always do 2 big sections at the bottom. It's about the size of like what a 1.5 sections would be. The reason because is I want those curls to be a little looser, so I can get a little more length and volume. You can do it however you like, it's just the way I prefer. I use 12 Flexirods in total. I just bought 2 6-pack. I believe these are either a third or half of it. I believe they're 1/2 inch, but they could be a third. I'm not sure, maybe I'll measure them tomorrow, but essentially that is literally all I did. I didn't put any product in it at all. The only other thing that I do before I go to bed is spritz some water on it, just like this. So I did save this part for the camera. And the reason why I love to spritz water over it before I go to bed is because I feel like it kind of resets my hair to the mold of these Flexirods, and it just makes it take a lot better. If you can stand it, I would also recommend sitting under a hooded dryer for about 5 minutes, so that water can kind of dry before you go to bed, but it'll also dry through the night, so that's totally that's just, you know, your own preference. So I'm about to go to sleep. I will come back to you guys in the morning when I take these out to show you the results. Okay, you guys, so it is the next day. I am back and I'm going to take this down. I just sleep with a bonnet over these at night. You can also use a scarf, it's up to you. But I'm just gonna take these down and show you guys how they came out. So I actually like to start taking these out from the bottom to the top. All I do is I loosen it up and then I unravel in the direction that it was already going. When I do that, I take a little bit of oil. I'm using the Melanin Hair Care Oil. Shout out to Natural 85. And I literally just smooth it on like this and let it kind of naturally separate. With this style, unlike when I do it with the actual wand curler, I don't really like to finger separate it too much because it makes it pretty frizzy. And if you want to be able to wear this style for a few days, I would recommend just doing this method. So again, I just unravel, and I guess that's actually the opposite direction. Stretch it, let it fly. That's it. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I hope you like it. I hope that this method works for you. Please comment below and let me know if you decide to try it. I'm not really an edge control girl, so I didn't put it in, but finish your style however you like. Sometimes I may twist this section and like pin it back, just depending on my mood, but this is the final look. So please make sure you subscribe. Oh, sorry. So please make sure you hit the button below and subscribe so you can see more from me. And if you want to know how to do this quick, like 7-minute beat, comment below and I'll make a video. Bye.